Well, folks, I keep telling you all the things I'm not, and when I say I'm not an equipment operator, that obviously includes dump truck driver. I got over too far here and hit that soft shoulder. Then I overcorrected, ended up going completely off the road there. Luckily, the road wasn't built up too high yet, otherwise, ain't no telling what could have happened. Could have rolled that thing clear over. But now we had to figure out how in the heck do I get out of here, because with that heavy load on, all I was doing was digging a hole in that soft dirt. So I decided it'd be a good idea to dump the load. And since I couldn't go anywhere, I had to dump it right there in place. Well, when I lift the bed up, you'll see the truck actually shifts a little bit further to the right, almost like it wanted to flip over. So you can't see it in the video, but the back tire on the driver's side actually come up off the ground a little bit. So it wasn't good. Scared the heck out of me, of course, being in the driver's seat, but we still had to get her out of there. So we dumped that dirt, and then the bed wouldn't come down, only about 3/4 of the load dumped. So we ended up getting Lorena on the bulldozer, and she gave it a little push. Then the bed came down, and then she was able to push the truck a little bit so I could get over and off into the ditch. And then once I got into that ditch, I just backed right out. But like I say, that could have been a lot worse than it was. We got lucky. Hey folks, Jeff here at Back to Country. Appreciate y'all stopping by the channel today. It's time for another update. So it's been a crazy busy week. Of course, if you're following along, you know that we're working like crazy trying to get everything ready so that we can get a delivery truck in here to deliver a metal building that we've got on order. And today I got a phone call from the folks, and delivery is scheduled for next Thursday. So right now it's Tuesday evening, and I've been hauling rock like crazy. I've been building road, just doing everything I can to get ready, because we got rain coming in the morning also. And so if I get a lot of rain, who knows what it's going to do to my road. So I figured better put some rock down and be ready just in case it starts to get muddy, because I don't know if we're getting trucks up these hills if it rains a lot, you know. So I hauled just over 18 tons of rock and dumped it. Still got to do some spreading out, but we've got about a week and a half to get that done. So we'll see how that goes. So here's how it looks right now. So you can see the road came out really good. We got some footage that'll be on here showing you we'd use the motor grader, just about everything doing this. Of course, we broke the scraper again. So the scraper, the hydraulic motor went out again on it. It started leaking, and I suspected it would. When I took it apart, the yoke that connects to a little drive line was wobbly, which tells me it's wore out, and it must be shaking the main shaft a little bit, and the main shaft is a little bit wore out around the seals. So I might have to get that machined. We'll see. We're gonna have to pull it apart again, but since it wasn't a priority, we went to using the excavator, using the tractor, using the dump truck. I mean, we pulled out all the stops and used just about everything we got, and you'll see that in the video if you continue watching. So here's a bunch of rock. This is what they call 3x5. It's crushed concrete, and you know, it's also known as the big stuff because it's big enough to use for riprap, or this is like a road base that you would put down, so that if you get a lot of mud, you know, soft mud, this stuff's big enough that it should hold the surface, and then you can come in and put a flex base, road base on top of that, and it'll hold up much better over time. We're not quite where we want to be with this road yet. We're, I don't know, average about 12, maybe a little more feet wide, and I'd really like it to be wider than that. The driving part is fine, but I like my shoulders wider so that they just hold up better over time. So probably in the long run I'll fill in this side ditch over here, and we'll run dirt all the way to the top and widen this road out, you know, another at least 4 feet, probably more than that. Just depends on dirt. But anyway, we got a load of rock. It's still, like I say, pretty thick in some areas. I didn't come through with the compactor. I only compacted the first load down at the bottom, and you can see if you notice here how thick the rock is. You know, it's several layers. So normally we would thin it out, throw rocks all over the place, and then come in behind and run the compactor over it, and then it ends up like this. And this is, you know, pretty flat, so you can walk on it okay. And of course you can see dirt that comes up between it, where it's literally pushed down into the dirt from the compactor, and that makes it pretty much like some pavers, I don't know. But it breaks up some of the rocks. Others, like I say, it just pushes it into the dirt. I mean, there's a big one that's sunk into the dirt there. These are actually already covered with dirt, so we may end up putting another layer down here before it's all said and done, just to strengthen all this up. So no big deal. I'm not a road builder, I'm not a mechanic, I'm not an equipment operator. I'm trying to be a homesteader, and you know, this is how it works. You can see here where I tried to do some spreading out with the tractor. This stuff is so big, it does not it doesn't spread like little rock, you know, where you can just come in behind with a box blade or something and spread everything out. This is much bigger and harder to spread out, so it is what it is. And we got to go through, there's stuff like this in there too. This is some ceramic from, looks like a bathroom or something, and I pulled some trash out of it, and rebar. You know, this is basically concrete that's from building demolition, pad demolition, you know, whatever, different structures that they've demolished, and they get the concrete, and then they crush it to sell for stuff like this. And this is the biggest stuff. You can see this pile here full of rebar and remesh wire. So those are pieces that I pulled out, and some are still attached to the rocks. So I'll come through later and cut all those so that I don't have a bunch of wires in my drive that could risk popping tires. So anyway, this has been the biggest project. I haven't done, I don't think I've done any mechanicing this week. Like I say, the scraper broke, but I didn't fix it because too much work to do. So this week I've primarily been a road builder, and you know, I'm getting better at it, but I wouldn't say I'm good at it. We just kind of get a vision of what we want and build it the best we can, and this will definitely get us where we want to be. Like I say, it's over 200 feet long, and it rises 17 feet to the summit, and so we're right about 8% grade, and that's fair enough. You can drive up it comfortably. My dump truck goes up it full, no problem, which means, you know, a semi truck can drive up this with a load behind it, or cement trucks or whatever. It's not too steep a grade. Well, we got roads outside the gate that are steeper than this, so real happy with the grade. That's what we wanted. Of course, it'll be nicer when we can turn around there and see the metal building there, but we're unfortunately still a long ways from that. We've got to get the delivery and everything, and I'm still working on getting a motor grader, or not a motor grader, I've got a motor grader, getting a telehandler, telescope and forklift, that we're going to need next week to unload the trucks, and we're going to need it in the long run to get this building up. So of course we got some other cool projects around here that we could use it for. So tomorrow there's some auctions. I'm watching a couple, and they're both here in Texas, so that's good. Not as far to move them, and so if I can pull off a win at the auction and get one, then we'll immediately get the payment wired and try to arrange shipment and get it here as quick as possible, early next week hopefully, so that we've got it to unload the truck and don't have to spend any money to rent one, because that would suck to buy one and have to rent one. So we'll see how that works out. When the scraper broke, we weren't about to quit moving dirt, so we jumped on the tractor and started scraping dirt off the top with the loader, and then hauling it down with the tractor, which that didn't last very long, because hauling dirt down one load at a time, about a yard at a time, that just wasn't going to work, and that'd take us months to get the amount of dirt down that we needed. So instead of driving down each load, we brought the dump truck up and started filling the dump truck with the loader. So that sped things up a little bit, but in the end that wasn't the final solution. So here we're filling the dump truck, and then we started hauling loads that way, and from there we evolved. But you'll have to keep watching to see how we did that. Sometimes life just gets in the way of things we gotta do on the homestead. But never fail, we made a great day out of it, eating out at restaurants and getting our laundry done. The big beast is broke again, and it's probably going to be broke for a while because it's a more complex fix that I don't have time to do because I got to move dirt. So we're back to moving dirt with the dump truck and the excavator, sometimes a little bit with the tractor, just moving around, but we're getting it done. We've moved I don't even know how many loads we've done so far today, but we're moving at a pretty decent clip.
The good thing is we have a lot of machines that can help us to finish the job. There is nothing that's gonna stop us to finish this.
That's for sure. Like we always say, there ain't no quit here. We just change machines and keep on going. But the bottom line is the same. We're moving dirt, and we're gonna get this road done the way we want it done, with a respectable slope. I mean, we're good enough now. We could get a truck up the hill, but it's still a little bit steeper than we want it. And part of the reason for that is erosion control. You know, the steeper the hill, the faster the water moves. And if your water's moving too fast, then that just creates more erosion. So since we know we already fight that, we're gonna try to keep a nice grade on this hill so that we don't tear her up.
Hello everyone. I have to go back to the city to help my children, but I'll be back. God bless you, be safe, and adios amigos.
Alright folks, we don't drive this thing very often, but we need to work on this road, and this is the best tool for it. So let's see what happens. Biggest challenge is setting this thing up. I imagine it takes a lot of skills to really run one of these old things. The new ones, I'm pretty sure got computers and all kind of stuff, but this one is all manual. Lots of levers to try to remember. It's a challenge. Alright, that was one pass with the grader, or two passes I guess, but it was really one pass on each side, and it looks really good. It ain't perfect, but way better than it was, because we had like lots of bumps. I'm not very good at grading with that dozer, so I tend to leave bumps. So this just smoothed everything out really well. Of course, filled in all the holes and stuff. Now we do have some ruts down the side, where the tires went, which means this ground is soft on top, needs to be compacted a bit. So I think what I'm gonna do is make one more pass down this side, run my dirt off instead of up in the middle, run it to the outside in the ditch here, and then we'll run the compactor over it and try to smash it down and see what the end product looks like. So I think we're pretty close, obviously a lot better than we were. And of course this grade, this is about a 8% grade, I figured it. So we managed to stretch this out over 200 feet. So you get a long decline, incline, whichever way you're going. And that stretches that out. So 8% grade, that should be sufficient. I mean, you can feel the difference just walking up it, driving up it, whatever. Before, it was a bit of a climb in areas, and you could definitely feel it driving up with the dump truck. As a matter of fact, my bucket, or my dump, would not go down when I was on this hill because it was so steep, and now it does. So there's a significant difference right there. All right, so let's make another pass on this baby. Like I say, it's looking real good. I really like the job. You just, man, you can't beat a grader when it comes to smoothing out a long stretch and making it nice like this. I sure as heck can't do it with the dozer. I just don't have the skills. I'm sure there's some old timers that worked with this stuff forever and they're really good at it, but I ain't. So it's nice to have another piece of equipment that can make it pretty when it's done. So let's make another pass. Here's what it looks like after we cleaned it up a little more and ran the compactor over it, and then got a load of rock into it and compacted that. And we just kept on moving along, but happy with the way it's coming out. Alright folks, as always, we really appreciate your support. Appreciate you joining us on this journey. It's just going to get more exciting from here. I mean, once we get into this metal building and everything, and get to where we're really moving up here full time, it's just gonna get crazy. I mean, we got so many plans. I don't know if I can complete them all in my lifetime, but we're sure gonna give it a shot. Anyway, like always, thanks for joining us. Appreciate you sticking around till the end of the video. Please comment, let us know what you think. Let us know what we can do better, make better content, because just like I said, I'm not a mechanic, I'm not a road builder, I'm not a equipment operator. I'm just somebody who's do-it-yourselfer and does it all. Well, I'm also not a video maker or a video editor, so I imagine we'd get better at that too, but that's gonna happen with y'all helping us out. So if our videos suck, you gotta tell us. You gotta tell us they suck and what we can do better. Tell us how to make better content, because there's a lot going on. So I think we got plenty of content. It's just a matter of how do we make it better. So anyway, thanks again. God bless, and we'll see you on the next one.